on my 13th birthday, my dad sent me to Heritage Home, which was a boys' home for troubled youth. Most of the kids that were there had already had skirmishes with the law. Two of the boys that were there, their mom dropped them off on the doorstep when they were 6 and 7 and said, I'll be right back, and never came back. So it was owned by a church, funded by a church. Overall, a great experience. Made me a man, 13 years old, dropped off in Pensacola, Florida. And it was a character shaping time in my life, 13 to 15, 2 years. In that time, though, I got my DJ license and started working as a DJ, and maybe most importantly realized that I didn't need to be tucked in every night. And I love my parents, and my parents provided a lot to me. And one of the biggest things that my dad did for me was to send me there. And I'll tell everybody the reason that I was sent there was because in 7th grade, I had built a little scheme where I was breaking tea bags open and mixing it with catnip, and I was selling it as pot at school.
Oh, okay.
And believe it or not, the kid would come back and tell everybody how high he got on everything and wanted to buy more. So I was selling him this, and he called the house one morning, and my stepmom picked up the phone upstairs. He said, hey, can you bring me some pot today?
Oh, no.
And so that was a problem.
Yeah.
And so my dad pulled me out of public school, didn't even believe the gimmick that I told him, pulled me out of public school, put me into a Christian school. And when I got into the Christian school, the principal's son there taught me how to shoplift. And so I would, just for sport, stealing a candy bar here and there. Anyways, one day got caught shoplifting, and my dad, I don't know, he just said, I'm not going to lose you.
Right.
I don't want you to grow up to be a criminal. And so instead of anything else, he shipped me off to Heritage Home. And he had entertained actually sending me to like Air Force Academy prep.
Right.
And it was so expensive that I ended up at Heritage Home. But anyways, I always look at that and say, well, I was able to find out at that point that I didn't need to be tucked in. I didn't need to be coddled by my parents. I was my own man. And I ended up leaving home at 16 after coming home from that, and then decided to go off on my own.